heart, and it turned out good. How many of you have ever made a decision with your gut, and it turned out to benefit you? How many of you have ever made a decision with your brain, and it ended up screwing you over? So try on that you don't have to only make decisions with your brain. So when I was 19 years old, I met my first Kung Fu teacher. I started learning martial arts when I was 12. Taekwondo, Korean style, big fancy kicks and stuff like that. Doesn't work in real life. So I wanted to learn something that would actually help me defend myself. So my Kung Fu teacher, his name is Sifu Tom, not seafood, that's we'll be later. Sifu Tom. He's about half of my size. The first time I met him, he looked me up and down as a big 300-pound gorilla, and he's like, oh, I'm going to have fun with this guy. I'm like, cool, and I love being the dummy. He would throw me around. Every single time he would say, Ron, come up here, and be like, oh boy. So I'm either getting flown into a wall, he's either going to go like this and flip me sevens, all the crazy stuff. The first time I met him, he said, all right, come take a step towards me. So, me being 19 and a male, which means I have an ego that is raging and can't be stopped, I put my hands up like this, and I just took a step towards him. As I take a step towards him, all he does is this. And that's all he does. And my leg goes right into his elbow. Anybody ever get a dead leg? One of those where like your leg's like, I'm just going to stop working right now. And I hit the ground and collapsed. And he did nothing. I did all the movement. And I went, oh, I have a lot to learn from this guy. So one of the lessons he taught me, he asked me to come up and he said, Ron, just give me a little shove, push me over. So I went up to him and I put one hand on, he's half my size, maybe 160 pounds soaking wet. And I gave him a little push. And when I gave him a little push, he flew back a couple of feet. And I went, okay, he goes, okay, cool. Now, give me a second. And he goes like this, he went. So immediately I'm nervous. I'm like, what's about to happen, okay? He goes like this and he tells me, do it again. So I take one hand and I try to push him and I move back a little bit. I'm going to test the weight limit of the stage, by the way, right now, okay? I give him a little push and I can't move him. I take two hands and I start pushing. I'm not a little guy. I'm moving with these tiny little sticks as hard as possible. And he's not budging. So I go, okay, what happened? So he says to me, the first time, I had my mind in my brain. And I went, oh! And I have no idea what he's talking about. All right, whatever, because you got to look good. The second time, I moved my mind to my feet. And I went, I don't get it.